So you guys know that the Trump administration's policy towards South Africa is almost breathtakingly racist, right? Now, I'm not a guy who thinks, oh, Trump is all about racism. It's just, Trump got elected because, the working class doesn't like people of color, blah, blah. I have zero tolerance for any of that garbage. I think that Trump was elected because of extraordinary failures by the Republican and Democratic elites over this entire century. The reasons Trump got elected, I certainly don't think it's a good thing or good for the country. But it happened for reasons that are not racism. The current Trump administration's policy towards South Africa specifically is breathtakingly racist. South Africa has what used to be a white ruling class that still lives in South Africa, which is an extraordinary testament to how forgiving and pleasant black South Africans are. That's not how it worked in the rest of the continent. And it's actually a nice life that white South Africans have. I personally have friends who had the option of US citizenship, Israeli citizenship, and chose South Africa over the other two. It is a nice place to live. I'm sure there are white South Africans who aren't having a great time, like any other country in the world. However, the Trump administration has decided to pick fights with South Africa. Again, this black South African leadership that has proven to be like one of the most generous and welcoming post-colonial populations on the planet, and start calling them racist and genocidal and evil and stupid and da, 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 da. And this is the Trump administration whose absolute centerpiece is kicking out brown people who not only are illegal but are legal, have permanent residence, have lived in this country for decades. Like, the centerpiece of the Trump administration is kicking out refugees, asylum seekers, and even legal residents of the United States who are brown. That's the centerpiece. And they're saying we want to take any white South African. Marco Rubio is tweeting about this directly. It's breathtaking how racist the South African policy is, and I think it's mostly because of Elon Musk and his dumbass South African prejudices. But it's really it's really quite disturbing. And as somebody who has always found it frustrating that people claim the whole Trump thing is just a race thing that we can ignore and there are no other problems, it's really frustrating to see the Trump administration doing something that is just so transparently, breathtakingly racist.